Well, it's going to be a weather roller coaster again this week, meaning if you're stuck inside, now is the perfect time to tackle that spring cleaning.
Yeah, and if you have things that you're getting rid of that are difficult to dispose of, for instance, like large bulky items, the Omaha Spring Cleanup can help.
Welcome back, Christopher Stratman.
Hey, Chris, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys as well.
The Spring Cleanup. So who are you working with to put this on?
Yeah, so it may not feel like spring right now, but we are hosting Spring Cleanup. So yeah, so this is an annual event actually hosted by the City of Omaha in partnership with about 100 neighborhood associations. So they do this again, every year, and it's an opportunity really for residents to dispose of large bulky items that they can't put out on their curb for normal trash pickup.
Well, walk us through this a little bit, because this is a free event, and it's happening over the course of several weeks, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah. So it's going to take place actually on 6 consecutive Saturdays. We started last Saturday. So it'll run for 5 more Saturdays, running through May 19th. So each Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., people have the opportunity to go to, it's usually about 10 to 15 different sites any given Saturday, and they tend to be concentrated in one part of the city, just to make it convenient for people to drop off those materials.
Right, so you mentioned you're traveling to different neighborhoods over the next 5 Saturdays. So what are the hours? How can people find out where you're going to be and when? Yeah,
again, so it's going to be 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. each Saturday, but if they want to, they can go to the City of Omaha's Wasteline site. That's wasteline.org/cleanup. And there's an interactive map there that they can plug in their own address, or they can see all the different sites. They can also call the City of Omaha's hotline, which is 402-444-4636, and it's actually a live operator, and they can ask questions or kind of find out the site that is most convenient for them. And I should mention, you don't have to go to your neighborhood site. You can go to any of the sites that are convenient for you.
Okay, we'll show those details again at the end of the segment. But first, what type of items are we talking about here? And who can participate in this?
Yeah, so good question. So it's free to any Omaha resident. It's not to companies, so this is just for city residents. But the type of items, it's going to be things like, broken furniture, broken appliances, maybe like ripped carpet, mattresses, old tires, things like that.
Can I dump off an old dishwasher?
You can drop off. Actually, and the nice thing about things like that, what's great is that the City of Omaha incorporates recycling aspects into this. So that's the type. So like things like that, like metal items, they'll make sure that those items are
old
recycled.
Refrigerators,
exactly,
stuff like that.
So
old
anything,
appliances.
right?
Correct. Yeah. So I mean, it just it's these things that are kind of like a lot of times building up maybe in your garage or in your in your basement or maybe even in yards. So it really provides people with the opportunity to get rid of those items where they're not like becoming like havens for rodents or mosquitoes or fire hazards, things like that. So
we've talked about what you will take, but there's got to be stuff that you won't accept as well.
Yeah, it's not an exhaustive list, but a few things that you cannot accept, that the city does not accept, are rocks and concrete, normal household garbage and recycling. So put that, of course, out on your curbside. The other big thing that we like to mention is household hazardous waste, and so those things like paint, it's like kind of like the chemicals that are like under your sink, for example, right, or that are lawn chemicals. What's nice about this is the city expands the hours of their under the sink facility that's out on 120th and I Street, and it's a household hazardous waste facility. People can drop off these chemicals for free to be recycled or even reused, and they expand the hours on the Saturdays of Omaha Spring Cleanup, and that'll be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You don't need an appointment, just stop by and you can drop that stuff off.
People were asking about old electronics. How about that, electronics? Old VCRs, the old cameras that you don't use anymore, that type of stuff.
Yeah, good question. So it's really focused on large bulky items, but if you bring those kind of what we call e-waste or electronic waste items, some of the sites, depending on the neighborhood association, because it's very neighborhood kind of driven, they will recycle those items. So anything with a cord, anything with a battery, a circuit board, those type of items will typically be recycled at certain sites.
And why have you guys been doing this for so many years? What are the benefits, would you say?
So for our organization, again, this is a City of Omaha hosted event with the neighborhoods, but our organization, which is a nonprofit, we're very much committed to environmental stewardship and community stewardship. And so we help promote it, help provide some support, and to us it's really important because, one, like I was mentioning earlier, it's getting these items out of your house, right, out of your yards, et cetera, so it's not havens for these rodents, mosquitoes, et cetera. But it's also a great kind of proactive option for people to, so that we're not actually having illegal dumping. So keeping those items out of our water bodies, out of our parks, where sometimes these items are intentionally or unintentionally left. And so again, it's a free, proactive kind of option for people.
And how many people take advantage of this? I imagine there's a lot of items in people's houses that have been sitting around for years. You really didn't really know what to do with it.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, the city estimates about 15,000 to 20,000 residents take advantage of this. And again, it's a free opportunity.
Huge.
So come on out, you know, it's, again, they try to make it convenient for people, which is really nice. And so, and one other thing I always like to mention, this is very volunteer driven. So the neighborhood associations are the ones that are organizing sites. So we ask for a little bit of patience. You may have, you know, there may be a little bit of a line, but this is, you know, neighborhoods really engaging with the community to help out. So we just appreciate people understanding that.
Great idea. Well, for more information, head on over to keepomahabeautiful.org. If you'd like to see when they'll be in your neighborhood, the website is waistline.org/cleanup. And again, you can see the Saturdays right there on your screen. It'll be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Really every Saturday until May 19th, right? Keepomahabeautiful.org. That's your website. Thanks for coming in, Christopher.
Hey, thanks so much.
Thank
we appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you.
Cleanup.